Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Svetlana and today we have a flippin' houseplant awards. It's actually the video that I was not planning to do, but at the same time I actually personally enjoyed to watch these videos, like this specific themed videos on other plant YouTubers channels, and I thought, you know what? Let's flip and do it. It's so fun. It's like, almost that game that we had like a couple years ago when there was like this, like a trivia. If you had a zombie apocalypse happening, what 5 plants would you pick? Oh my gosh, I loved to film this video so much. It's actually one of my favorite intros I have ever done so far. It's so hilarious and stuff. But anyway, today we're doing something pretty similar, but in this case, the zombies are not running around. These are only 10 plants that this year actually had something special about them. And out of my whole houseplant collection, these are the ones who actually spoke the most to me, and some of these will of course not surprise you. They will be like the obvious choices, others might surprise you a bit, so I wanna just share all of those 10 houseplants I picked up and just chat a little bit about them and see what the heck is happening, why the heck they're on this list and stuff like that. So prepare to drool over some cool plants. Of course I chose the ones that are looking fabulous and healthy, so it's gonna be a fun one, so let's do it. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel, like this video if you will enjoy my picks, and let's chat in the comments. Do you have your own picks of the year? Like, what plant spoke the most to you? Let's chat about it. I love to see how these choices differ throughout, like, I don't know, the world, the whole world, like, mind-blowing. Anyway, let's talk plants. So I have 10 plants that, just like I said, of course, some of these plants were an easy choice, others weren't so easy. And to be honest, of course, I wanted to add even more plants, but I wanted to make myself a challenge. And what surprised me the most, that I do not have a single cacti on this list, even though I flip and love cacti. This is like one of my favorite genus ever. So you know what, this makes me go to this conclusion that maybe I need to up my cacti game, so maybe I need to look for more cool cacti, so stay tuned for some cacti content, probably, possibly in this year. But anywho, plant number 1. Okay, this one actually unsurprised and did not surprise me at all. When I was thinking about my favorite houseplants, of course, I thought we're definitely gonna need to have some Hoyas. And this is personally one of my favorite Hoyas ever. At the same time, I wanted to go ahead and go with the obvious choice. Of course, I want to add like Hoya Svetlana, which is my like obvious choice, right? But at the same time, I feel like I just keep on showing you the same plants over and over again. So if I would have to choose like my top like 3 Hoyas, this one definitely would be in top 3. So let's talk about Hoya compacta variegata, or Hoya carnosa compacta variegata, or Hoya Hindu rope variegated. This thing is looking so damn cool. I mean, I have so much new growth happening. This is a plant that I unboxed from Uroš. This was actually the plant that blew my flippin' mind. What? Oh my goodness, that's so cute! So Agnes just got a notification and he immediately showed it to me, as you could see, with beep 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 sounds, right? Actually, Julia decided to send a little tip and just congratulate me on flipping everything. Julia, you're so damn sweet. Oh my gosh. I've honestly, I forgot how awesome it feels to go to your PayPal account and see that people from the various parts of the world just decides to tip you and send you something like for upcoming plant content, right? For plant shopping maybe, or for yourself, or for the puppies and stuff. So this is really cool. Thank you so much, Julia. This is so sweet. Big hug from Seattle. Wow! Hi to the Seattle, by the way. Greetings. Okay. Sorry, little interception is the word. Intersection. No, interception. Lil something. Anyway, this is a Hoya compacta, and I'll be honest, I was so flippin' scared to grow it because I have seen that it's a pretty tricky plant in other plant YouTubers videos, but guess what? It actually doubled in size in my care. During the summer, this plant was just flippin' thriving. I think this is the part, like, till here was the plant when I received it, right? And this whole branch grew in my care. This is so difficult for me because I really want to go ahead and prop it, and of course just make this whole plant fuller, like the pot. I mean, this plant is growing in pond right now and also stands in a little tiny greenhouse that is about this size, so it's definitely overgrowing that greenhouse. And I'm already propagating my variegated Hoya Bella as well, that I also got in the very same shipment. So I thought, you know what, soon might be the time to go ahead and chop it, but at the same time I'm so scared to do it because it's doing so good. I mean, look at all those cool looking aerial roots, they're so fluffy, the variegation is beautiful on every single leaf, and it's just doing so well, and I'm afraid to like disturb it. This is the plant that definitely is so fun. I have non-variegated version as well, and actually that is a slower grower than this one. Can you explain that to me? I mean, this might be because it was standing in like the perfect condition, so in the greenhouse, in the pond, right next to my grow lights. That might be it, because the non-variegated one just stands on my windowsill. But at the same time, this is just so cool to see how differently they are doing, and this one is, this brings so much joy to me. I mean, this is definitely one of my top favorite Hoyas in my collection, and guys, this is flipping bloody lovely. Little heads up, I am a little bit sick right now, so actually just like we thought with my fiance, we did go ahead and celebrated this New Year's Eve without a flipping alcohol. Applause, I will wait. Thank you so much, thank you so much. It took us a decade actually to finally go ahead and try something different. So this time we celebrated New Year's with some juice, lots of different fruit plates, and you know, just healthiest shizzle ever. And the very next morning we woke up and went on a little hike with our puppies. Little hike was about 3 or 4 hours. But it was cold, but it was fun, but it was cold, so now both of us are sick. So take that as you will. I mean, we did try to be healthy queens and kings, but stuff happens. Anyway, bam, we talked. I have a list right here in front of my flippin' nose, so I won't forget anything, because if you know me, my head sometimes is not attached to my body. Okay, plant number 2. This one is actually a rescue mission. Let me grab it. My flipping jar of pickles. Okay, I bet some of you are not surprised by this choice. This is my beautiful Stapelia gigantea that I actually bought from a private collector. I have a full-on video about when I bought it, because it was actually so overgrown. This, believe it or not, is actually a propagated project over here, so it did not look that way. So the whole video, of course, will be over here. If I will not forget to link it, you're welcome. So this plant, it's really close to me because my mom used to have it, my grandma used to have it, and then life happened and of course we lost it. But I never like forget about it because I just love those cool looking blooms that stinks like flippin' poop. So interesting, so unique. And the plant itself is just so fuzzy and fluffy, and this definitely reminds me of SpongeBob cartoon, when there was this scene where there was like orchestra, I think, and all of the fishes and other sea creatures looked like little tiny pickles playing. Very random, I know. But this is just so interesting, and the story behind this plant is so special, because the previous owner actually passed away, so her son was selling the plants from her collection, and I was lucky enough to have one, and it was so loved. I mean, you will see the video if you want to go ahead and see the full story and stuff, but this is definitely one of those plants that just reminds me that you do not need to go ahead and buy the craziest expensive rare plants to just make your heart warm, like your green, like plant loving heart happy. So this is definitely one of those plants that is not that difficult to find. A lot of local Facebook planty groups are selling them, and I mean, I personally struggled a bit to find it, to be honest, but after I bought it, I just noticed so many of them pop up in the Facebook groups, like, of course. So this is just a beautiful Stapelia that I propagated, potted all up, and yes, we do have some signs, like some of the cuttings are not doing so well. For example, this one you can see is browning, right? There was one that was, yeah. Oh, actually this looks like drying, but also it has a root. Can you see that root? Wait. Can you see that? There is a root. What the heck? So are you okay? Or are you not okay? Wait, where was he? Okay, let me put it back. Maybe maybe it will do something. So definitely one of the coolest plants in my collection, especially knowing that it is not a couple years old. It's definitely way, way older than that. Flipping cool. Well, let's put it back. Okay, another one. Oh my gosh, guys, prepare for some fairy tale vibes, for the like all of the feels that gave you the Hobbit movie, for all of my fellow lovers of that movie. Okay, I actually did slash made this fairy garden maybe a couple years ago right now. I honestly do not remember. I will insert the day stamp probably or something like that. This was growing in my home for a couple of years right now at least, and this was the combination that actually blew my mind. Finally, this was the first fairy garden that I went a little bit extra and played with the plants that I usually do not play with. For example, most often than not I do fairy gardens with, for example, succulents and cacti, or like ferns and peperomias and these kind of plants. Either moisture-loving plants for terrariums or the desert plants like cacti and succulents, right? But this is like the middle ground. And it's looking so flippin' awesome. Let me show you it. Actually, most of my plants right now are in the big dust layer, like they're a little bit cold. So instead of coat, they have a little bit dust coat. I'll be honest, I'm so flippin' busy at my work. I just do not have the time to go ahead and clean the leaves on my plants. For this video, I actually went ahead and cleaned most of them, but some of them are still, for example, moist from the shower. Anyway, like it here, guys, right? Oh my gosh, it's also heavy from the shower. Guys, this is so fabulous. This is so damn fabulous. Okay, so quick story. This is a fairy garden inspired by Hobbit movie. As you can tell, here in the very middle is my DIY little Hobbit hut made out of natural materials I found in my balcony. So this is actually a simple nursery pot. You can see a couple sticks fell off, and you can see the brown plastic part, right? So what I did, I hot glued a bunch of random stuff to make it look like a Hobbit house, like coconut top right there, some moss, little tiny door in here, as you can tell, the round one, right? And then I decided to go ahead with some cool looking houseplants that are like reminding me of Hobbit movies at least. One of those was this beautiful Zizi Zenzi that actually is growing a new leaf for me right now. And also I thought, you know what, we need some more like filling happening in the back. So in here I have a Easter cacti? Thanksgiving? I know the sharp one is probably Easter. Jungle cacti or Schlumbergera. Anyway, so this is actually sitting here in the back. Wait. It's like tripled in size since I planted it. Right now it's a bit struggling because we do not get enough sunlight, and it stands on the very top of my shelf because there is no other place I can put it actually. I also have this cool euphorbia that also doubled in size and have so much branches right now, which is so flipping cool. And in front I have couple Sansevieria skirkii. One is copper tone, another one is a blue one. Of course right now they are Dracaenas, but you get the idea, right? So this flippin' looks fabulous. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this definitely looks damn fabulous. It's so wild right now. It even more looks like a Hobbit movie piece, right? Because it looks like it just, I don't know, like a fairy tale exploded in a pot. Isn't that fun to play with your pots and see what you can come up with, especially later on to see how it just starts to become almost like its own unique ecosystem and stuff. Oh, it's so flippin' cool, and it's so heavy. Let me please put it back. Oh my, yeah, so this is definitely my favorite fairy garden I have ever made. Actually, in this New Year's resolutions, like plant goals, I'll be making a full video about it, but one of those goals was to make more fairy gardens because I just love them so much. And this is one of those fairy gardens that actually hold up to the time. Most often than not, I need to repot them in about like half a year or so because some plants die, others like look wonky and stuff, right? But this one, it just holds on to those beautiful vibes and just like, My pride and joy, my flippin' pride and joy fairy garden. Another one is actually also a rescue plant, but that one I got from outdoors of my apartment building. I actually found it hiding behind a bush, believe it or not. I have a full-on, once again, video for you. I will leave a link over here, but in that video I was showing the full footage how I did find this avocado. I mean, it was just hiding behind the bush. I was walking my dog and I noticed that in one part of like our apartment building like neighborhood, there was just standing a flippin' ginormous avocado tree in a pot. And honestly, this space is like public space, so it's nobody's garden. Do not worry, I did not steal it. Stole? I did not steal it. That's the right timing, right? Past simple. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. Anyway, so it is one of the coolest houseplant rescues I have ever did, hands down. And since in last year, in 2023, I did not manage to save as many plants as I would love in comparison to the previous years. So this definitely was the one that was like my number one. I gave an interview to the magazine, and this was the picture that they picked to put into this like article. Wait one sec. No, not this one. I'll show it. Actually, I remember that I never showed you that article. I mean, I did show it to my Instagram, so shameless plug. Go ahead and follow me there if you want to see more of random stuff, like for example, flipping me being in an article. I don't know, just saying. Actually, I bought couple journals just in case I lose one, so I can save it for my old years when I'm just, you know, wanna brag to my friends and, I don't know, people I know that, oh my gosh, I was a magazine star. Okay, I found it. This like whole article wasn't just about me, but I did had an interview in here. This is this journal. It's a local one, it's in Lithuanian, of course. But here is me with this avocado tree and baby Baloo, you can see here as well. Huh? How cool is that? I'm in a magazine. Forgot to tell you guys. So yeah, this is actually an avocado tree that was the biggest avocado tree I have ever seen. Since I'm living in Eastern Europe, avocados do not grow here like naturally, we don't have them. Maybe we have like in botanical gardens, but not outside here because it would die so quickly. For example, right now we have almost minus 20 degrees in Celsius outside. It's freezing. So yeah, I was so flippin' stoked to find it, and the whole rescue mission was so fun. And it's actually standing in the other room. I will film a little bit of that. It doesn't have a grow light, so it is like almost in a nap mode, but also lately it started to grow new growth, so I'm like, okay, sure. Moving on to obvious choice. Once again, a very obvious choice. It was probably for me the most difficult to pick up my favorite monsteras because I have so many, I mean, not so many plants, but so many ones that I love, like varieties that I love. This is probably one of my most favorite genuses. I mean, guys, I have such a difficult taste because I love a little bit of everything. Okay, so this time I wanna showcase my beautiful Monstera Hoya. And on this one I did not clean the leaves, unfortunately, so my bad. But yeah, this is a beautiful variegated monstera that is actually a trickster. So I have this plant that is actually playing little games with me, and every other leaf is variegated and every other leaf is simply green. So sometimes it works on my nerves, I'll be honest, but also whenever I receive those beautiful variegated leaves, it just always buys me. So honestly, what I'm actually planning to do, maybe... It's such a difficult choice once again because I just love this plant to pieces and I just want it to upsize and go crazy on me. But also, I'm not a big fan of it having like every other leaf variegated only. I want every single leaf to be variegated. I might try go ahead and prop it, but at the same time just really not feeling like it. But also maybe I should, because this is actually already getting kind of big and it's probably best time right now for it. I'm not sure. I mean, this is such a beautiful plant. How would I do it? How would I do it? I just don't have the balls. But maybe one day I will wake up and I'll be today is the day, because sometimes that happens. And lately, to be honest, that happens way too often. But I will wake up and say, today I'm flipping cutting some plates. Let's put it for now right here. Oh, no! Did I? Ah, I snapped an aerial root. Damn it. Damn it. Oh. Okay, moving on to another plant that actually did surprise me, but at the same time, it's kind of cool for me, at least. I believe that I want to dip my toes into more different plant families, and this is the one that actually I'm very interested in this year for some reason, and this is actually an orchid. This specific one is Phalaenopsis orchid. This is a variegated baby. I mean, look at this plant. I mean, this is probably one of those rare occasions when I love both sides of the plant, both sides of the leaf. Each side looks unique and beautiful, and as you can tell, it is growing a new leaf for me as well right now. And also I can see, I mean, I did leave this one spike, this flower spike, and actually it has a little tiny something happening over here, so maybe soon I'll be having blooms on it. It blooms in beautiful purple colors, so unique plant. And honestly, lately, I mean, in previous month, in December, probably, they got about 4 or 5 new orchids. So random, so out of nowhere, but honestly, not complaining. I love orchids so much, and I want to go ahead and explore a little bit more of them, because they're so beautiful. Whoa, that was dangerous. I actually might need to repot it soon. It's still in its nursery pot. Oh yeah, and the root system on this one doesn't look too well, so we're gonna need to work something out. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful Phalaenopsis orchid. Oh, this is the one that I'm just like, oh, you just so gorgeous. Bam, bam, bam. Another one, of course, the one that you can see in the frame. How could I not pick it? I'm talking about my beautiful Hoya Australis lizard. This is a beast that is so flippin' beautiful. I mean, during the summertime, I don't know how many times I need to wrap it around this trellis because it just keeps on growing. Right now, I'm a bit worried because it was standing on my windowsill and some of the leaves started to revert on me. It's not variegated anymore, so I need to figure out where I need to put it closer to the lights, which is gonna be a problem, let me tell you, because as you can tell, there's not much space. But yeah, so definitely need to work things out with this baby, but also at the same time, isn't it beautiful how flippin' massive this thing is? It's insane. It's so beautiful. I love how bushy. This was actually the first Hoya that bloomed for me, like all the way through. Not only gave me peduncle, but also flippin' bloomed. And at once there were maybe like 6 or more like peduncles blooming for me. So it was so mind-blowing and felt like such, like, I flipping did it. I made my Hoya bloom. Accomplishment. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. It felt like such a big accomplishment. And definitely whenever I look at this Hoya, I'm always remembering that awesome feel when I feel like I nailed it. I flipping nailed it. Okay, we have 3 more plants and I will leave you alone. But don't worry, these are the ones worth waiting. And of course, of course, at this point, I think it's safe to say that this is my favorite plant in whole collection, and it's this beautiful Monstera Thai Constellation. Guys, just look at her. Isn't she flippin' bloody perfect? Okay, let me give you a little closer look. So it stands in this VIP spot. This was the first plant that I ever transferred to pawn, which was of course a very risky move, but I flippin' nailed it. This plant is just growing and growing. It doesn't care if it's a winter or summer, since it's just blasted by the lights. You can see it has this beautiful fresh leaf, which was a bit like surprising for me because it did not have any fenestrations, since the last one actually did have two of them. This one 0, but honestly, I'm not mad. It's still such a beautiful, beautiful leaf. I hope it's still gonna be upsizing because it's at this point it's almost the same size as the previous leaf, so hopefully it still will. But my gosh, isn't that like a flipping gorgeous plant? The aerial roots are going crazy. I just keep on just like working with them to put them back to the pot, and the pot is just, oh my gosh, soon I might need to repot it because it's just so crazy. Look at all the, oh my god, oh, look at all those roots, guys. I am not joking. This plant is a damn beast. What a flippin' beast. This is a flippin' beast. I love it. This is, this specific plant I could never cut. I could never. Sue me if I ever do it, guys. This is just, that would be way too crazy. Also, it needs to be repotted, but also I know that Monsteras deliciosas, at least, they love to be a little bit root bound. They make them a little bit more comfortable when they... Oh, I thought I found a trip. Whoa, like the shivers went through my body, let me tell you. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so I feel like it likes to be a little bit root bound, especially since it just keeps on pushing out all of those new leaves. So I'm not sure, maybe I'm just gonna keep it here for now, and later on when I need to repot it, I'm just gonna cut that pot, that see-through pot, even though it was kind of expensive, but not as expensive as this flippin' Monstera, of course. So, still thinking about it, still thinking what we gotta do, but... I need a tattoo of it. This is how much I... Damn it. This is how much I love it, guys. That's how much I flippin' love it. Oh, isn't she flippin' lovely? Oh my goodness. Okay, we have 2 more plants. And we're gonna be free to go. Another one should be, of course, my beautiful Anthurium crystallinum silver blush. Guys, this plant is so flippin' awesome. It just... Oh my gosh, that's interesting color. It just loves to be in pond. Actually, this is the first time I noticed that it's kind of black in there. I mean, I'm used to see like a lot of like green stuff happening, but this is a flipping black stuff happening. So right now I'm a bit worried. What the hell? Okay, we'll figure that a bit later. Like, wow. Okay, so this is actually one of those beautiful arrows that I was so worried to have, and honestly I did struggle with it for at least half a year before I decided to go ahead and move it to pond, transfer it to pond, and move it to my greenhouse that you cannot see, one of my little IKEA greenhouses. And guys, it had never been so happy. Look at all those crazy roots over here. Oh my gosh, look at all of them. And also, once again, we're working on a new leaf right now, even though we already are in a 5-leaf club. How it actually stinks. Okay, yeah, we need definitely to work on this one. It stinks like poop. Okay, that's a first. That's a damn first. Okay, it's probably rotting. We'll need to... I mean, how can you be rotting and growing a new leaf at the same time? Once again, another proof that this plant is flipping crazy. But yeah, this is the one that makes me so incredibly happy. And the newest leaf is so beautiful and large. I cannot wait to see how this one will grow. Now I'm a bit worried since we have this situation happening, but after filming this video, I'll go ahead, take it out of the pot, and we'll see what's happening and decide from then, right? But for now, definitely one of my favorite plants ever, especially this year since I finally found a coat, cracked the code to make this plant happy and make me happy with all of that beautiful growth. Because if you will take a closer look, this is like the mama plant that actually died off, and this is just a baby that started to grow from the side of this plant. And it looks fabulous. Wow, that stinks. Ew. What the hell are you doing? Alright, the last plant I bet is gonna be flippin' surprising you, because look at this beautiful begonia. This is a begonia snow-caped. Sorry if you can hear my puppy just flipping, tapping. So yeah, beautiful begonia snow-caped. This is actually that one begonia that made me feel once again, I mean, probably for the first time ever, confident about growing begonias, because just look at this beast. I got it as a one stem cutting. This is the mama stem that I actually cut off the top of, and since that it decided to grow two beautiful tops instead, and this is the top that I cut off and put it straight back into the pot. So this is one of those begonias, I mean, this is the one begonia that made me feel like I can go ahead and dip my toes into begonia world, which wasn't like, I think for me for at least 6 or 7 years of collecting houseplants, so it's such a big deal. This was like that breakthrough plant that made me think like, yep, this is happening, I can do it, let's dip my toes. And right now I actually have two more thriving begonias, like growing like crazy. So I'm so happy, but that was the one that made me break through, you know. It's so beautiful. I mean, look how bushy it is. Once again, I think I need to propagate it and make it even bushier. The problem is soon it's not gonna be fitting in my greenhouse, so that's when the problems might come up. But for now, it looks fabulous. It's so beautiful. Cane begonias, I have heard so many people saying cane begonias are on the easier side, but I never thought so before I had this one. I actually got it from a plant swap, so this was like such a cool deal. This is one of those plants from that swap that actually still makes... Oh, I have more begonias actually. Huh. Cool. So yeah, definitely beautiful plant, striking leaves, beautiful colors from the both sides of the plant. So fragile looking, but also such a cool and resilient plant. Ah, love it. Flippin' love it. And here we have it, guys. These are 10 favorite plants of this year, of last year already, of 2023. I hope you enjoyed my choices. I personally love every single plant, and I mean, we're working on moving. It's still not happening. We did not find a perfect fit yet, of course, plus we're saving. But whenever I do move, you can bet these 10 plants that I just showed you definitely gonna be in my new home. No doubt about it at all. At least something happens. Like something really wrong and devastating, but if not, you can bet they will flip and be there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the choices. Let's chat. Baby, do you want to show off your sweater? Look at Baloo. He's a snowman. Look at the snowman. So cute. He's a little bit too thick, so I need to DIY this vest. Right? He's so cute, little fox. Alright, so yeah, thank you so much for watching. Before leaving you, of course, let me teach you another language lesson. Let's do a random one. Since it's winter, let me teach you how to say winter in Lithuanian and in Russian. An easy one, a simple one, you might use it anytime in your life, who knows. So, if you want to say winter in Lithuanian, you need to say zima. Once again, zima. And if you want to say winter in Russian, you need to say zima. Once again, zima. And this is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a safe and sweet and beautiful New Year's Eve, and let's flip and kickstart this year with a flip and bang. Let's do it. Let's kick some balls. That's what I'm gonna wish for you. Kick some flipping balls. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.